Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the Shiny Record channel. Now today I'm going to go through Pendulum Magicians for everyone. Now I've already posted the combo for the deck, which is completely brutal, especially that you're doing it with some pretty soft hands. So yeah. Now the deck profile for everyone, I'm going to try to go through as quickly as possible. Hopefully everyone already knows what these cards do. So if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh, this is not for you. First up, we have triple Harmonizing Magician, which is really the heart and soul of the deck. Don't let anyone trick you. There's no other card that brings the team like this. Then we have my best and favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Double Iris Magician. Not all heroes wear capes, but he wears one just in case. Then we have Black Fang and Purple Poison to round them up. The boys are back together. And then we have Celestial Magician, which is basically all of them combined. That's what he is. The dragons represent their apologies. These spellcasters represent the dragons, and this one is Zark. So just in case you wonder which one he represented, Zark. So if you weren't sure, you're sure. Then you have Shanky Magician as your only level 7 and Time Gazel. Now in the build, I only play one Shanky Magician, but you can truly play more level 7s. I'm just more comfortable with him because he's at free negate. He negates light monsters, quick effect, works like effect failure. So it negates them for the entire turn. So he's a complete beast in the dogmatical matchup, which is one of your bad matchups because they can clean up your board if they go first. While you are going first, there's nothing to worry about. But remember, you can't really destroy their monsters by battle, so just be careful of that. When in the event you're playing against one, they're a victim to your Boral Sword. Just always remember that. They may think it's a good thing to not be able to be destroyed by battle. It's not. Moving on from there. We have triple Chronograph to go with all your Pendulum Magicians fitting the theme. And it's just a good card overall, being able to float. Then from there we have the Spellcaster Engine, which is 2 Big Daddy Endymion and 1 Jackal King. Now, these are spell and trap negates, while this is a monster negate. A unique thing about Endymion, if you're not sure of it, I just want you to be sure, he negates the activation or effects of spell cards, anyone you choose. Well, anyone they activate at that time. However, most persons aren't aware that if your opponent uses a trap card in grave, you can negate it with Endymion. Yes, a lot of persons aren't aware of that, so I just had to make you sure. Most cards who can negate effects, they don't negate graveyard effects. Endymion does that. He's all powerful like that. Moving on, Servant of Endymion, the god card. Bring in any of these cards from your deck. Facilitate any dirty style you want to play. Moving on from that, we have Triple Magical Abductor, which is the reinforcement of the army for the deck. Now, Abductor is really good. Now notice I did not play Wisdom Eye. And you can't play Oath Dragon if you don't play Wisdom Eye. The reason why I'm against it is because of cards that are metal. Example, if you play Wisdom Eye, Pendulum Magicians has absolutely no way to deal with Nibiru, which is my headache. There's no answers to it. You just get Nibiru every single time. And you can't say summon less than 5 monsters because just to reach the pendulum summon, just to summon, link, then pen back those 2 monsters was 5 summons. So it is completely out of the argument to play the Wisdom Eye. You're going to lose. You have to play it this way. You don't really have a choice. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of bumping up Jackal King to 2 because of the situation is that bad. I came last place at the previous event. Today I entered the next event. I came 2nd place. No, I came 3rd. However, I did win to go to 2nd. I just sent through my teammate. He said he wanted to go to the final, so I just sent him through. But that's it. I didn't play the final, so I'm not sure if I could have won the entire thing. But the deck really pushed out serious boards with very casual hands. It's really unexpected for most persons, especially with the type of boards they're dealing with. Then we have 2 Dark Worm, 1 Gate 0. Natural stuff. And Dark Worm is Dark Worm. I might increase this engine back to 3-2 because I kept drawing this and no Dark Worm to go with it. But The deck sometimes has to play the grand game. Now, in the grand game, I like to see Wisdom Eye, but because I'm not playing it, I just have to use what I have. Especially that your opponent is most likely going to side in Feather Duster. But the thing is, the truth is, I just always prepared for it. So, I'm not really worried that much. I'll always have a Spell and Trap negate. And then for your only non-pendulum monsters, these three, we have the Cloak, Dora, and Zero Day. Basic stuffs. You have to play at least one Zero Day. It doesn't matter if you send it to the grave, it's in your hand, or it's in your deck. You just need to see one. That's all. Then moving on from there, spells. We play triple Duelist Alliance. Powerful card. Searches for any card in your deck with Pendulum in its name. Now you can use this to search for your double iris even though Pendulum is not in its original name. However, in its effects, it's always treated as a Pendulum Dragon. That's part of its name. Moving on from there, we have 2 pen call searches for your Pendulum Magician. You only play 2 because you can't resolve a third one, so it doesn't make sense. It'll just hold space in the deck. Then we have Star Pendulum Graph, a card I may cut from the deck. The reason why it just doesn't do much, while I don't draw it. If I don't draw it, I'm most likely not going to search for it. I'm going to search for Time Pendulum Graph almost all the time. Then from there, we have triple Spell Power of Mastery. Searches for your Endymion cards. Good stuff. So even though I'm playing one Servant of Endymion, there are 3 ways to get into it. So I'm looking to always see a low scale majority of the time, and your Pendulum Magicians are mostly high scales. So it just gives that the perfect unison. Then we play 2 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. I don't think I need to explain those any at all. For your traps, you play the 1-time Pendulum Graph and double Fog Blade. That's it. Now, the deck, even though it is fairly new, and I have been practicing with it, there are still changes that can be made to the deck, and especially to the extra deck. I'm sure I'm going to play a specific card. Once I get it, I'm going to tell you the card name now. Curious from the Lightsworn. The reason why is just that you can use 3 dark monsters, just send it from your deck to the graveyard. Once you are using that, you send any single card from your deck to the graveyard. Now, as you're going to go through my extra deck, you're going to see that I can actually get back the card I sent. So you have a strategy to go for your all-powerful cards. Now, going through the extra deck, we have 1 Vortex, aka Race Ahead, 1 Iggy Azalea, 121 Young Savage. We have Porn Star Magician. We have Supreme King, Dragon Rebellion, and Todoroki Eyes. This card is underrated. It's so powerful. Persons underestimate this card. This card, your opponent, if they summon Dragoons, you're going to win. They're just going to be food for you. Between they don't activate effect and wait for this, or they use effect by mistake, you summon this and you slap them for 5/5. Now remember, they paid 2,000, so they are in range. Now the drama to all of this is that the next 2 cards is IP and We Are Apprentice, which you have to play this because the spellcaster link to all your main monsters are dark. It is, you literally can summon this with any 2 monsters from your main deck. Now, while this is on the field, this is going to be at 6,000. So you punch your opponent's Dragoon, it's going to be exactly game. Like, really, a lot of persons fall for it. Codebreaker Virus, Codebreaker Berserker, simple stuff. We have Rusty, the Beast, Selena Gomez. Then we have our Link Force, which are Griffin, which everyone should have expected, Goddess Bow, and Moral Sword. All of them really performed as someone, all of them throughout the entire tournament. They're really good cards overall. Deck has good synergy. The only card I didn't summon was Iggy Azalea, but as I said, I wasn't losing, so didn't really need it. Griffin is a beast. You guys most likely have seen the combo while you're here. I think Griffin is a really good card, but I'm going to play Curious. I'm going to send some of my side deck cards to the graveyard and get instant access to them. Because when I'm sided in 13 cards and not seeing any, it's a problem. Alright guys, you can tell me what you think down below. I do take advice. There are changes I may make to the deck in the future. So rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace. Have a great day.